for homework tonight, you were given the decoding DNA assignment on page 33 in your packet. This is the first page 33 that you come to. Remember, the packet had an error in the numbering. So you are looking for the first page 33. It's the page before the SNORPs. It has a chart at the bottom that looks just like this chart that you see on the screen. And at the top, it has a codon chart where it has A, U, G, and it has the amino acid that matches with that codon. I have taken that chart and just switched out the questions basically so that it's a little bit different than your homework, but I'm still going to run through how to complete the chart so that you know how to do your homework. At the top, you see I put one of these circular codon charts, and I also put a regular codon chart here. You can use either one of them to complete the assignment because they both will give you the same amino acid. Starting with the first column here, meth is the first amino acid that you're given. You're not given any other information in that column. So when you're given an amino acid, you want to come up to the amino acid chart, either one. You find met, and the codon that makes met is AUG. Again, that's the codon. So that goes in this line here, AUG. And then from there, we can figure out the DNA or the anticodon, which is the tRNA. And again, that's based on the mRNA. So the DNA will be what coded for AUG, so what paired with A. And remember, our mnemonic device is apples in the tree, chips with guacamole. So what pairs with A? T, pre, goes with A. U gets treated like a T, so you say what pairs with T? T is like tree, so apples go in the tree. And then G is guacamole, and chips go with guacamole. So TAC would be the DNA strand. For the anticodon or the tRNA, again, we're just basing that off of the mRNA. So what pairs with A? U pairs with A. What pairs with U? A. And what pairs with G? C. Moving on to the second column, the anticodon, the tRNA that we have is UAG. So I'm going to build my mRNA first, and the mRNA that goes with that, U pairs with A pairs with U, G pairs with C. Now the mRNA, from that we can find the DNA or we can find the amino acid. We'll just continue to work up and find the DNA. A pairs with T in DNA. U is like a T and pairs with A. C pairs with G. Remember, in your RNAs, you are not allowed to have the letter T, so that U that's appearing in the RNA, that's in place of what would be a T. Finally, with the amino acid, we use the mRNA, so we're using this row here to find the amino acid. So AUC in the codon chart, whichever chart you use, if I start in the circle, I start in the center A, then U is the next ring out, and then C is ILE, so ILE. And again, you would get the same thing if you looked at the other version of the chart. So A in the first position, U in the second position, and then C brings you to ILE. So either chart will give you the same amino acid. In the next column, it gives you the DNA strand, and it wants you to find the mRNA, the tRNA, the anticodon, and the amino acid. So first, we must figure out what the mRNA strand is. CCG, C pairs with T, C pairs with G, G pairs with C. The anticodon, or the tRNA that matches, G pairs with C, G pairs with C, C pairs with C. We're basing the anticodon on the codon. And then for the amino acid, remember the amino acid is based on the mRNA, so we're using GGC. G in the first position, G in the second position, so to say in this box, and then C tells me GLY. And finally, into the last column, this time they gave us the mRNA first. So with mRNA, we could build any of the other columns. So we'll go up to the DNA first and figure out what DNA strand made this mRNA strand for us. A was paired with T. G was paired with C. C was paired with G. For the anticodon, A gets paired with U. Remember, it would be T, apples in a tree, but we're not allowed T in our RNAs. In our mRNA or in our tRNA, we can't have the letter T, so we replace it with a U. G pairs with C. C pairs with G. And let me highlight that in red for you so you can see that I've added that one. Last but not least, we need to find the amino acid that is based on the codon. So go up to one of the two codon charts, and we are looking for the AGC because we're looking for the mRNA codon, not the anticodon. AGC, here's A in the red, G in the yellow, and C in the blue is Sir. So that gives you a little bit of instruction on how to complete your homework. Again, my chart that I made is not the same chart that you have on page 33 of your homework, so do not just copy these answers down. You need to complete the actual chart on page 33, use the same steps, but it gave you different amino acid, a different anticodon, different DNA, different codon.